judge's decision?
I mean, I thought I won by split decision, like, it's a close fight, but I thought I won.
And Manny, like he has throughout his whole entire career, does a great job with 30 seconds left or even the 10-second clapper of throwing flurries, and the crowd reacts and steals rounds.
Manny Pacquiao, was history robbed by this decision? Because we've seen bad decisions, we've seen them before. They don't cost somebody the way it cost Manny Pacquiao. That would have been historic, and we get a draw instead.
Following Manny Pacquiao's majority draw against Mario Barrios on July 19th, rumors have emerged suggesting that Pacquiao has leaked evidence alleging the judges manipulated the fight's outcome. Though no official documents or confirmations have surfaced, the boxing world is already buzzing with speculation.
But Manny Pacquiao, was history robbed by this decision? Because we've seen bad decisions, we've seen them before. They don't cost somebody the way it cost Manny Pacquiao. That would have been historic, and we get a draw instead. What's your opinion?
Everyone's screaming robbery, and I understand. I mean, the nostalgia of watching Manny Pacquiao go out there and do what he did. I mean, he was absolutely incredible for his age. In terms of, was he incredible for Manny Pacquiao? No, because Manny from 10 years ago, I think, would ice Barrios in one round. But this version of Manny Pacquiao, which it was so amazing to watch. I mean, what a legend. For him to be able to do what he did at this advanced age, come back from a 4-year hiatus, hasn't fought in 4 years, step right into a 12-round.
Awful loss, by the way.
Awful loss, and look that damn good. And listen, I know you're gonna be like, oh, he didn't, he looked okay. Barrios didn't look good at all. Doesn't matter. Against Ugas, he didn't look good. Pacquiao looked bad in the Ugas fight. He looked good in this fight. So I don't know. I'm over the moon for Manny Pacquiao. His ability to do what he did at this stage of his career. The fact that he always comes back. He's always looking for the biggest challenges.
Fans, analysts, and even Pacquiao himself have criticized the scoring. One judge had it 115 to 113 in favor of Barrios, while the other two called it even at 114 to 114, a result that stunned many who believed Pacquiao had done more than enough to win over 12 rounds. If whispers of internal communications or irregularities in the scorecards turn out to be true, the controversy could erupt into a full-blown scandal, casting doubt on the integrity of the judging at Las Vegas's MGM Grand.
This fight against Mario Barrios was a bit of a roller coaster ride because, it looked for a minute there like this could have been an Ugas situation and Manny was going to look a little sad. Trying to get on my scorecard here, which it was not a hard fight to score. I'll tell you that one right now, because first round, obviously, a Manny Pacquiao round, Barrios didn't even throw didn't throw punches. Second round was a little closer, but I still thought Pacquiao had the action. And my thinking going into this is why I bet on Pacquiao. I've been to a couple Barrios fights in Vegas. I've seen him fight on a couple of cards, a couple of Canelo card, Benavidez card. I've interviewed Barrios at least twice, I think maybe 3 times. Really good dude, San Antonio, super solid. A bigger welterweight, but has had some tough goes when he stepped up in competition. Gervonta Davis fight comes to mind.
While debates continue about punch stats and Pacquiao's relentless aggression, attention has also shifted to Barrios' uninspired performance. The younger fighter showed little urgency, lacked consistent defense, and never tried to control the pace. He avoided exchanges and failed to assert himself, leading many to wonder if he was overly cautious or even intimidated by Pacquiao's presence and legacy. His conservative, risk-averse approach didn't sit well with viewers, many of whom felt Barrios didn't even do enough to earn a draw.
So yeah, everybody, so this is Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. So yeah, everybody, Manny Pacquiao, this ended in a draw. So yeah, listen, it was a good fight, very good fight. I thought Pacquiao edged it, based off, I don't know, maybe eye-catching work, but Barrios was, I would say, was slipping away halfway through 6-7, around that there, and then he came back in the last couple of rounds, but in the same time, I think Pacquiao did enough to win the fight. But it was a great fight, everybody. Manny Pacquiao looked far from done in this fight. He looked fantastic, looked like Father Time didn't beat him, and he was quite impressive tonight. And more impressive than the expedition he did face in Japan not too long ago. So, it was a great fight. Unfortunately, there was no win put down to either fighter. It was a draw. Second draw for Barrios too. His last draw was from the Abdul Ramos. So, yeah. So this was a great fight, everybody. What do you guys think about it? I thought it was a very, very good fight. And yeah.
Two-time welterweight champion Sean Porter, who has trained alongside Pacquiao in the past, was blunt in his assessment. "It was really hard for me to give Mario any rounds," Porter said. "He never took charge or controlled the fight. If there was a momentum meter, it was swinging toward Manny the whole way." Porter didn't hold back, calling the judging incompetent and saying, "These guys don't understand this level of boxing. This is Harvard."
What do you think about the overall matchup?
Everything, man. I watched him train like last week or the week before, and amazing to see him still move and bounce and do all the same things that he was doing in camp years ago when I was with him. So he's still locked in. He's still him, Crazy, but he is. You know what they say, man. The last thing to go is that power.
Listen. We've seen Manny on the end of bad decisions before. Timothy Bradley, excuse me. Jeff Horn fight, shout out to Tim. I know how you feel about that. Family. All right. But this is what he's got to deal with. You can't go through a camp, do what you just did right there. We saw all the heart, everything that we've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized. Came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient, find openings and things of that nature. I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw. I think that there was a lot more that he could have done. But the main thing is the style that he chose to box was actually a good style to use against Manny Pacquiao. They were saying that they were going to come right to the middle of the ring, and they did. But they came to the middle of the ring, and then they circled, they moved, they worked behind the jab. Not enough jabs, not enough of everything for Mario.
On the other hand, veteran trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas offered a more measured perspective. Speaking on his show after watching the bout closely, Atlas acknowledged that it was a tightly contested fight with several swing rounds. He noted that Pacquiao, at 46, showed signs of his age early on but eventually found his rhythm. While he agreed fans could reasonably have scored the fight for Pacquiao, he argued that the draw wasn't a robbery. To Atlas, the decision reflected the close nature of the fight rather than any injustice.
All right, but we're going to pick it up. The return of the legend, the icon, Manny Pacquiao from Las Vegas, Nevada at the MGM. Took on the WBC 147-pound welterweight champion, Mario Barrios. And this was Manny's return to the ring. 4 years of inactivity since his last fight versus Ugas. And Manny, in my opinion, I'm very impressed at 46 years old to see Manny Pacquiao doing what he was doing out there. I didn't see the legs of the past to close those gaps or the explosion. But you did see Manny Pacquiao throwing his flurries and going back to his old style of fighting. So with that being said, bud, I just want to get right into it. I want to get your breakdown of this fight. There's a lot of people out there saying that Manny Pacquiao was robbed. I thought this fight was very intriguing because of how close it was. It was a lot of hard rounds to score. And Manny, like he has throughout his whole entire career, does a great job with 30 seconds left or even the 10-second clapper of throwing flurries, and the crowd reacts and steals rounds. With that being said, I was shocked to not hear Manny Pacquiao's name called as the winner because of that. I did think it was a draw, but again, I thought Manny's name would be called. What did you think? What did you make of this fight?
First of all, I watched the fight. Thank you to all the great UFC people, Glenn and Charlie Monahan and all those people. They actually got me a feed in the suite on the set in New Orleans. While in between we were doing hits for UFC, they made it possible for me to watch the fight live. So I appreciate that. So also with that atmosphere, that environment, there's some distractions going on. But I saw the fight. I saw it good. I saw it solid. I make these statements. I think my son is right on the button, first of all. And with everything that he just laid out, when you're talking about an icon, a guy like this, 46 years old, just a special fighter.